Hello. Effectively, what I'm going to be doing is playing a demo, but it didn't start as a demo. It started as a small part of a horror game anthology. Uh, so we essentially are just loading this up and we're playing the demo for when the so that we can kind of get the vibe on the full game. And I'm sure all of these are cool in their own right. But to start with, let's take a look at No, I'm Not a Human. I'm something. Maybe we'll find out. But I think I tried to go in with as little context as possible. So the one or two sentences that I do know about this game, I'm just going to keep them close to the chest and let's just sort of get creeped out together. I think that would make me feel better at least, and maybe it makes you feel better as well. So don't be too concerned. I'll try to add some levity to the situation, while obviously while still taking it very seriously. Um, so why don't we just insert the tape and get started, huh? The fact that the game is made in Unity is a little scary. Um, okay. Maybe they're not human, they're computers. Okay, getting a knock on the door. I guess we'll, people from the cities have already started coming to the neighbors. People have changed a lot. If they come to your place, you let them in. Just be careful, okay? I've heard of people being killed by other people. Yeah, dude, this is already scary, because any sort of world situation I find myself in where I'm having to have just strangers come knock on my door, I already hate it. Now I hear these stories more and more often. An acquaintance said that creatures that look like humans are coming. Okay. In a few days, they will tell me what signs can be used to distinguish them from humans. You can't stay alone. Something very evil will come, and then who knows what's next. What is going on out there? It's safe to look out the windows at night, and I even recommend it. That way you at least realize what surrounds your house. It's hard to look out during the day. It gets very hot. The light hurts my eyes. Okay, is it better not to leave? There's going to be people coming in the night. You decide who to let in, who not. It's hard to decide visually. We'll be told later by the authorities what to do. Look in the windows. You don't know what's going on. And keep your head down. It's dangerous everywhere. I'll sleep in your cabinet tonight, and tomorrow you can do it yourself. Come and see me in the afternoon and we'll talk. Okay. No one else will come tonight. Okay. I'm fine with that. Because I'm already a little creeped out after talking to that guy. But I guess now would be a good time for us to have a conversation, right? You and me. And I hope you don't mind that I assume you guys are sitting over here. For some reason, it feels very weird for me to talk like this. I think because there's a light on my camera, it feels like I'm talking to a robot and not a person, but I see me over here. So we can just work with that for now. So we got to check out people. People are going to be trying to come in. We got to vet them. That makes sense to me. That's something I identify with. That sounds, it sounds easy enough, but it's not like real life where you can sort of get a vibe on people. Like, these people will be written in a certain way, and until we sort of suss that out, we're pretty much just going to be fumbling around in the dark. I assume that when it says that we'll get updates, like maybe whatever this threat is, like it says like, no, I'm not human, I'm blank. So I assume they're like maybe shapeshifters, or at least like something that looks human. So maybe they'll have some telltale signs to be like, oh no, this is not a human. If they like dude, if they come in and they cannot stop eating soap, or like something like that. Maybe they're just like really, like they just started listening to Katy Perry now. Like anything that would stand out as like very non-human to sort of pinpoint. I assume we'll get that information as we become more familiar with whatever this new threat is. But maybe it's related to the sun, because it also seems weird that he mentioned that the sun was like very, very hot. He told us to look out the windows, but it is not giving me the option to, so I'm just kind of assuming that maybe but this is like the tutorial night, and we'll get into that later. So we got a telly, window. Doesn't seem like we can do anything but get in the bed at the moment. So, okay, cool. Good morning, dear viewers. It's the morning weather forecast. The sun keeps shining and the summer heat persists in our town. The duration of the heat has already broken the Guinness record, and it seems that the good weather isn't going anywhere. Scientists are closely monitoring solar activity and predict its intensification, but they assure us there's no need to worry. So grab your sunglasses, take your best swimsuits, and don't forget your hats. And most importantly, make sure you... Okay, so the news is gaslighting. That's sick. I appreciate that. Oh, and the scientists too. So it's like that's not relatable. Lately, there's been a weird behavior in the town. Experts think it's because of too much sun. Yeah, it might be correlated, big dog. And that's all we get. You watch graceful ballerinas gliding across the stage. Classical dance brings back... Oh, so that used power. I didn't even mean to do that. Awesome. How do we... we hit spacebar. Okay. Can I look out the window? Okay, what's in the living room? Doesn't seem to be anything at the moment. I really don't like that they put a cross there. It feels weird. Oh, fuck, I forgot he was in the cabinet. Okay. And what country is this supposed to be? I don't see a can of beans, a can of corn, fucking nothing. But whatever, man. I guess let's just talk to him. You see the newscast? It's a nightmare. I mean, I believe you, but it didn't seem that way on the news. In this heat, every dialogue is going to waste your energy, so think hard about who you want to talk to. And one more thing, checking people for signs of guest should be in the dialogue too, so be careful how you spend your energies. If you decide you've talked to everyone and you don't want to sleep, have a beer. Go to the kitchen, have a cold one from the fridge. It'll use up all your energy and you'll want to sleep right away. Okay. So... I guess that makes sense. I guess sort of the play of it was, I assume, something like you're so wired and on edge that like you literally cannot sleep unless you crash out. So I feel that. That's a little weird. Let me preface this with a word just in case. During the day, you can talk to your house guests about all sorts of things and dialogue with them. You can check for signs of fake people. You can decide what to do with those who are not human in your opinion. If you don't want to... Okay. Well, yeah, I already... yeah, beer makes you sleepy. You wait for help. They call on evacuation. Stay close to my family. Now have a beer and get some rest. You look tired. I've heard that at night someone walks around asking if you're home alone. If you open the door, don't say that you're alone. You know what, man? That's actually a super solid tip, and I appreciate that. Because... something tells me that even with him telling me that, it's still going to be super creepy when that happens. But I do feel as if maybe... Okay, that's the kitchen. So is it too bright outside to look, I assume? So this is the pantry. Dude, there is something so unsettling about the art style of this game, and I fucking love it, dude. Ugh, dude, it's just like feeling drowsy from the beer. Best thing to do now is go to sleep. Okay. Fuck it, I guess we put it off long enough, huh? Let's just get into the meat and potatoes. Okay. Fine, sure, fine. I'm gonna just open the door. In the distance, the neighbor's house. The neighbor is visiting you now. The lights are on in the windows, and the family seems to be waiting for him to leave you back home for dinner. Okay. So that's not scary. That's the neighbor's house with his family. His family is there. Surely that'll remain the same, right? Several teenagers spending time in a field outside the window, sitting around chatting excitingly. That's a beautiful vignette. I'm sure that I'm gonna enjoy looking and it's gonna be nice continually looking out the window and seeing those teenagers there unharmed throughout the duration of the game. I'm sorry. Did that get really fucking loud for you guys too, or was that just me? It hasn't been that loud the whole time, right? Am I crazy? That was kind of bananas. Surely it wasn't that loud the whole time, because it just mind flooded me so bad. If it is that loud, I'm very sorry. I'll put something at the beginning to let you know where to skip. Anyway, dead quiet outside. Nobody's there. Even the alcoholics, for some unknown reason, decide not to show up on the street. Are they afraid of somebody? Well, I guess we'll just go to the door. I'm pretty sure it's our neighbor, right? Where he's just going to be like, all right, man. No, it's a terrifying looking child. Is your dad, is she asked if her dad was here. It wasn't scary during the day, but now it is. A lot of people went out at night. What is your father's name? Did you forget his name? Oh, you're checking to see if I'm a visitor. You're smart. I'll start checking people now, too. Are you afraid of visitors? I don't know. Everyone is scared of them. I'm scared of them, too. I haven't seen one of them. Are they scary? Do they hurt? If my friend from school hit me hard, is he a visitor, too? Daddy said to be careful. I'm very careful. I came here very quietly. No one saw me. Okay, so I think obviously this is his daughter, but the cadence, I'm just trying to get into the mindset, right? I'm using these, I'm not just breezing through these easy ones. I'm trying to figure out how the game works utilizing these tutorial missions. It's a crucial part of it. Because if I don't overthink about the rules of the game, I can't fail catastrophically later. The cadence of a child. I'm not going to stall anymore. Maybe I am just scared. Holy shit. I'm calling dad for you. Good luck. I don't like to smile. Because, I mean, the music, see, this music seems like really nice right now. Like, this feels like, I believe she's a child. So this feels like kind of like summer haze. But then as soon as it's not this, as soon as it's going to get worse. I know it's going to get worse. We go now. I'm scared to go outside alone at night. We're going to play a game. He made me some kind of game where you have to roll dice and then walk on objects. I mean, like a chair or a couch. And then you have to build a road. Anyway, I'll show you later. Goodbye. Yeah, that was definitely a child. 100%. Oh, we have to back out and go in. I was hiding in the pub, but I was kicked out. Why? Not everyone can handle my temper. But I don't mean to offend anyone. Don't get me wrong. It's just sometimes it gets sickening. You know how it is. What do you think? Will you let me in? So I just assume everyone in this game is going to look abnormal, right? Like there's going to be like the art style of the game lends itself to more like characterized expressions and proportions and shit. But I want to see his teeth. I don't know why, but the fact that I can't see his teeth is a little sketchy to me because like it looks like he's chewing on, it looks like he has a harmonica in his mouth, right? like if I was just like, okay, out to see if you're a visitor, like, do you have a harmonica in your mouth? And like the only thing he could do is go like, because if he said anything, it would be like, Uh, so I'm gonna ask him about trouble because I feel like this is just straight up asking if they're a visitor. Like that's like I don't know. That just seems like not the way to go about it. What do you mean by troubles, homeowner? Murder and fights are against my soul, but I let no harm come to myself. And what I like is eating and drinking and talking in a good mood. Is that a problem? Okay. I mean, the vibe I'm getting right now is that he is soft spoken but opinionated. So whenever he's staying in these places, when it comes into some sort of like moral block or like moral, the only word that can pop in my head is duel, but that's not what I like. A debate or like a confrontation is the word that I was looking for. He gets very heated, which I identify with pretty heavily. So I I don't think it's interesting to ask that question. I want to ask. I want to know the specific reason because like if he's opinionated, where he's just like, oh well, like the blanks wouldn't quit talking and he uses a slur, then like fuck that, you can stay out there, I don't care if you're a human or not, because in my opinion you're not, regardless of, you know, biological shit. So I was thinking to tell you something offensive, but I changed my mind. I told you people just felt uncomfortable with me. There were all sorts of weirdos. When I think about it, maybe it was for the best they kicked me out. Those would have eaten me alive and not even notice. Yeah, dude, come on in. Trust is not worth more than a coin. It's why I appreciate your trust. Maybe can't promise anything. And I guess here's the other thing too. The black background of my camera blended in with the black background of that, and I saw the outline of my face in the camera, and that was really scary. But it did remind me, I do want to make this more green to kind of fit the vibes here a little bit. You know, the whole game is green tone. I might as well kind of try to fit in a little bit, and I guess it doesn't even really look that different over there, so what the fuck ever. But sort of, we don't know the stipulations yet. I don't know what isn't a visitor, so unless I'm just getting really fucking weird vibes, I'm probably just gonna let people in and then start utilizing the methods, because like, you know, we can talk to them every day, right? So that's sort of the plan here, so we can all, oh my fucking, okay, sure, cool. I said what I said about the proportions and everything. I just did not expect the proportions to look like this, so they took me off guard. Sorry for disturbing you so late. It's just too hot during the day. The TV said it's better not to go out during the sun. Okay. Is there any corner for me? Who are you? I used to live closer to town. The asphalt heats up pretty intensely out there. Haha. I used to work as a cashier. Not anymore, though. I got fired. Just didn't have any luck with work. What do you think will happen in the future? I don't know. Will I survive? Who will help me? How long will I have to search for help? I don't know what will happen next. I can't even guess. Aren't you scared by this? I am, very much so. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, dude, you're good. For tonight, you're fine, man. That's a really cool shot, man. There's just a certain vibe that cityscapes and pixel art give that is just not, it's just unmatched, man. I love it. But enough stalling. Alright, seems no one else will come tonight. So I guess that means that, yeah, we can't do anything else. I guess, can we look out the windows again? Okay, it doesn't seem like there's going to be new dialogue, so... Ooh. We can just, go to bed, I suppose. Okay, morning show for an urgent message. And look, and so like also, and just to sort of validate what I was saying about proportions, this motherfucker's a newscaster. So... we really can't go off of appearances. We interrupt our morning show for an urgent message. Today at 6:28 a.m. there was a powerful solar energy eruption. This flare was larger than scientists predicted. The air temperature has reached a critical level. Authorities have declared a state of emergency. We urge all citizens to avoid going outside during daylight hours. Now on to the news. I think a better phrasing would have been like in other news, because like let's not pretend like the other thing wasn't just like a fun story to kick the show off, you know. Aliens, people emerging from underground. No, this isn't sci-fi story or a tabloid headline. Eyewitnesses report contact with visitors around the city. One witness encountered a middle-aged man who had perfectly white teeth. Turns out he was one of the visitors. Okay, so okay. Both of these pictures are unsettling for different reasons, but this one makes me think about The Mask with Jim Carrey for some reason. Well, not for some reason. It's because the proportions are all fucked and the teeth are perfect. Similar incidents with visitors sporting perfect teeth have been observed. So if you want to identify them, check their teeth. Please stay alert and calm. Let's move on to other news. So that's, so like you're thinking like, oh, that's a good tip for real. Yeah. And it is. That is genuinely a good tip. What the fuck do I do if Tiger Woods knocks on my door? Because like if I'm wrong, holy shit, I just shot Tiger Woods. I mean, he cheated on his wife, but he doesn't deserve to die, But then flip that around on the other side, and I really am gonna die for Tiger Woods. It's not. Both of those are way too extreme for how I feel about Tiger Woods. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say. It could be Chip Skylark, whatever. You get the point I'm trying to make. There are normalized people that have really nice teeth. So it's a good start, but I'm anxious to get some more clues, hopefully, and soon, because I don't even know what I'm supposed to do when we run, like, because like what if I talk to somebody and they're a visitor? I'm supposed to just like ask them to leave? I guess we'll find out, man. I identify with this guy a lot, actually. And maybe it's just because like we're built the same. Like, check this. Like, I'm trying to get into the. Well, I guess I need my chair. But like, I don't even know why I'm trying to. My camera is so small. You get it. He's a tall, fucking lanky white guy with brown hair. We're real special. There's hardly any of those guys on the internet. Damn it. Oh, I just gotta chill because wasn't I literally talking about wanting to see this guy's teeth? Dude, low key, at first I was worried, but now I would be so relieved if he opened his mouth and it was just like an actual harmonica. I would be like, fucking sick, man. Okay, so I need to check on you. What do I want to check? I need to check your teeth. Do you want to see my teeth? Well, look at them. They still have the taste of unhappiness and smoke. I mean, they're not perfect, right? I mean, they're clean. But they've got some like stains here, like some cavities, and I'm realizing you can't see my cursor, but there's a stain there on the front right tooth, or I guess it would be his front left, but it directionally will refer to my position. The gums are sort of pushed up. Yeah, this dude smokes. Okay. Yeah, I believe you. Yeah. Don't fuck with me with your test. I'm not a visitor. Yeah, you're good, man. You know that I told you from the jump how this shit was gonna go down, man. So if you want to get offended and act onions, that's on you. Oh man, I really don't like that I'm gonna have to just like stumble upon this guy in one of these rooms. It's gonna be a jump scare regardless. Oh, he's gonna be hanging out in the pantry. Oh, I don't like that. Hopefully this will all be over soon. Yeah, teeth. You're gonna make decisions based on teeth. I've had my teeth fixed recently. I can't remember when I've been to the dentist. Have I ever been one? Can't even remember what I ate yesterday. So this is a visitor. Do I fit? Oh, I can't. Yeah, it's a visitor. Literally said has never been to the dentist. There's just no way. So, for me and an old harmonica Harry in there, I think I'm just gonna have to. Oh, that's sick. They censored it for me. Um, let's just close that door. And I have a bathroom. I did not know. Cool. I guess that's where I'd be pissing. So, I guess I didn't notice that wallpaper was missing earlier. It kind of freaked me out. So, I think I'm just gonna just maybe talk to him. What do you know about the cataclysm? The sun's exploding. Without metaphors in purgatory, no one trusts anyone. People are literally being burned alive during the day. People are ready to sell their own mothers for shelter. I want to believe in people, but it's so hard to do so. Yeah, man, I feel you. Actually, I like my guy here. I trust him at this point in time. So I'll tell you what. I don't know if this is how I would react in real life. But after shooting that guy in the face, I think having a beer and going to bed is the best decision. Because something also tells me that we are about to get right back to the old grind. Wouldn't you believe? Yes, sir. And I guess we need to look out the windows, right? Stands the neighbor and his daughter, play happily, forgetting the horror that's happening for just a moment. Watching this makes you remember your childhood and gives you a warm feeling of nostalgia. See, dude, I mentioned that earlier. Or just this whole time, we're going to be able to look out the window and see really happy vignettes and reflect back on our own life and the memories that we made with the loved ones in our vicinity. So that'll be fun. There are bodies of teenagers on the ground. Someone killed them. Fair enough. Seems to be recent because the blood hasn't dried yet. Picture gives you goosebumps and makes you feel a little uneasy. Yeah, so sometimes we try to manifest and it doesn't always work out. It is what it is. Oh, look, I've the gentleman, the bodies. I think we may have found the guy. He's pale as death, as you can see. Strange folds in his skin. I'm assuming they're referring to around the neck area. Skin seems to be too big for him. You can't see his eyes from here, but you can feel him drilling you with his gaze. It's bad enough he's killing people and whatever. Now he's trying to fuck me. I don't like anything about this. You feel fear and pray to God that the creepy visitor will avoid the house. Well, I think the good news is that I'm not the type to like. I would never say I don't forget a face. That one I will remember. I'm pretty confident about that. Okay. Anyway, let's just see. I'm gonna be so judgmental of anybody hiding their teeth. Let me tell you right away, I'm not afraid of the heat, but I'm still looking for a quiet place. Well, I'm gonna tell you right away, that's sketchy as fuck. To even say that, like, you could at least if I'm in your shoes, I'm pretending 100%. This wait, we're in a cataclysmic heat wave. The sun is literally like fucking melting people, and this motherfucker's in a turtleneck and a down jacket. I'm already not. Find peace at my place. How long you been looking, huh? There's never been any peace for me. So yeah, for a long time. It's not this. That was a literal question. It is not the time for your fucking beat poem. Um, Take off your jacket. It's okay if you don't let me in. I'll just keep moving. Yep, cool. See you later. Yep. So you got a lot of gunpowder residue on your hand. Can you shoot me? Yeah, you need. Oh. So something tells me that she might have been a real person. But I guess we can't let that bother us until we're reflecting on the game later. I can already see this dude's teeth are pretty fucky, so how fortunate we are. We've witnessed firsthand the consequences of human passions. The earth will be cleansed, the sun will do its work, and we will go to a new clean world. That's the fucking good news. What? What are you doing, human? Listen to me. I'll give. Okay, so this is. I think this is just straight up not. I think this is just a guy, like a bad guy. Not Billie Eilish style, like just a like a fucking. I guess I'll call them visitors because that they bounce back and forth between aliens and visitors, but I'll just say visitors. I think he's a visitor. The sun burns and burns us for a reason. It bakes sin out of us. We've all done all sorts of things, and now the sun is angry, gives his hit to us. And that's a good thing. All our sins will be over. We'll live our lives properly. What's going to happen to you then? What's it got to do with me? We're all going to live well right after the sun helps. The sun will just help us get rid. I accidentally clicked too fast. You'll understand everything. That's why you're alive. So actually, I think this dude is just batshit. Do you have any beer? I forgot to ask. I think the dude is just batshit, and also I'm a little gun shy right now because of the last lady. So if he does end up being, fuck, I'm worried this dude might take me out in one punch. Too bad we are the witnesses. Maybe we are participants too. You need anything? No, thanks. Everything I need is already there. And what I don't have, you can't help me with. Will you read my fortune? Choose where I should open the book and read a line. What are you talking about? That's how you look at it. What do my words mean to you? Will you read my fortune from a book? I'll do middle last paragraph. The dead will come and tell, and he will not be believed. What does that mean? I need to think now. Maybe I'll see you later. Oh, and he just leaves? So we kind of, damn. So the one person who seemed like they might have been real, we told to fuck off, and the absolutely horrifying, potentially crazy Alex Jones type, we opened the door and let him on in. So I'm not quite sure how that happened, but our plans are measured in centuries. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Okay, morning news time. News time, everybody. Welcome to the news. Solar activity remains abnormal. Yeah, no shit. I didn't think it would clear up in the last 24. Experts predict that it will continue to intensify, continuing reports from eyewitnesses about encounters with visitors. In response to this situation, authorities urgently ramped up FEMA operations, acronym for Federal Emergency Management Agency. They wear yellow hazmat suits. Special committees started functions recently, but they have discovered a new indicator of visitors. Besides teeth, they can be identified by dirt under their nails. This was discovered during an inspection of one of the houses and encountered a woman who had worked as a nurse. Some unknown reason, she had dirt under her nails. Given that visitors emerged from the ground, the woman was taken for testing and dangerous status was confirmed. If you notice someone resembling a visitor, promptly contact FEMA members or call the hotline at 041. Please stay alert and calm and avoid leaving your home during daylight hours. So, okay, I guess that's sort of the same type of intel we got as before, right? It's a good lead, but it's not 100%. We're just gonna, we only have so much energy, right? So we'll just leave him for now. And this guy's got to be in the pantry, right? No, he's in the bathroom. I listen to your words, human. Speak. I need to check on him. And look, so I'm going for the teeth, right? Because he's obviously a dirty fucking guy. So if his teeth are also dirty, like him having dirt under his fingernails would just sort of like fit his profile, right? So let's check his teeth. And I've stood up for my truths with them. I've defended all my truths. See for yourself. Fuck you for that. They're like literally perfect, but he's missing some. They didn't specify that, like, if they can actually lose teeth or not. So I don't fucking know. I save my teeth with beer. It's good for calcium. Without it, you'd have lost your teeth a long time ago. I'm going to hear him out. We live on. But now that let me see your hands. So. Okay, so his fingernails are clean, right? Okay, yeah, so anybody else feel sick to their stomach? Let's go ahead and look, man. We're good friends, man. We're very good friends. I got energy to burn. Okay, so no, you're not, man. It literally is just because I have energy to burn. Okay? You're good, man. So I do feel a little bit better. Just a little bit. But I'm not quite sure. I'm not 100% sure like I was last night, right? Last night it was super duper easy to just lock in and go to sleep. Ugh. I have to get in the bed. Sorry, I kind of got wrapped up in this game. I had to check the time and make sure I wasn't overstaying my welcome here. Okay. Let's take a look out the window. Because shortly, right, if we'll remember, it was our neighbor and his family. Small group of FEMA staff standing outside a neighbor's house. I wonder what they're talking about. Maybe they're taking samples or they're looking for a place to set up base. Makes you feel a little better to think that someone's trying to make sense of the nightmare. And here's my hot take. Considering the fact that the scientists told us this was all going to be chill and that there was nothing to worry about, my fears are not quelled too much by having FEMA show up, as they are also a government. Like if the scientists in the news are all painting a picture, then like FEMA is also trying to paint that picture in this universe. Is what I'm not making any. not making any grand statements. I'm just talking about the game. Bodies of teenagers are burned to death on the ground. They've been lying there all day. 2 emergency workers are standing next to the bodies and writing something down. It's good that there are those who can remove the bodies. It's scary to imagine what kind of contagion could appear if the rotting bodies are not... Oh, yeah, I guess that's a good point. Because, like, if people are, like, literally dying and getting charred to death, like, that is a home to a host of death and bacteria. So, yikes. Okay. Group of armed soldiers outside the window. Apparently they are a small unit sent here from the city to provide security. You can only hear bits and pieces of phrases about a pale man with a bare torso. Maybe they want to track down that creepy stranger. Relieved that there are people ready to deal with the dangerous guest on the streets. And I do. It is relieving. Enough diddle-daddling. What's up, big dog? Oh, I was waiting on you. Why are you here? How's it going here? Everything okay? Why are you ignoring my question? Listen, are you alone in the house? I'm just curious. You're just reading someone's fortune. Promising salvation to some, driving some away. Yeah, I have people taking shelter in here. And I always will. You're lucky, dude. His face dropping the smile immediately is creepy. I can hear someone whispering in your rooms, but who knows what will happen tomorrow. Ooh, so I guess that's how it can be fucking terrifying, right? Is that like if you have one person who's real and one person who's a visitor, and the visitor kills the real person, and that guy shows up and asks if you're alone, and you're like, nope, I'm not alone, and he goes, motherfucker, I beg to disagree. Then I think I meant to say beg to differ. All right. Can I rest at your place? I guess I'm trying to parse what's going on visually. It looks like a woman holding someone on her back. Okay, that makes sense. Where did you come from? I don't remember anymore. I don't care about it. I'm very tired. If I don't get some rest, I'll just collapse from exhaustion. Is your partner sick? That's my husband. He died. I can't bury him properly now. It's pointless to let him go now. That feels pretty real. But I am still gun shy from earlier. Yeah, come on in. God damn, dude. You see what's going on? Fucking hell, dude. He's wearing an Amoga shirt. Hell yeah, buddy. I'm probably letting this guy in. I needed him. That was the saddest shit on the last one. What's up, Sussy Baka? How's it going down here? What's going on, man? How you doing? New opportunities. Can't you fucking see? Everybody's whining, running around, fussing. You can't just do things from the heart. That's all. We should be happy, in short. Why did you come to me? You're already in business. You're gathering people. You're doing something here. You're making things happen. We'll turn this into a celebration of life. Okay, come on, Ed. Someone with some sense, bitch. Yeah, because I think I have enough energy to check him and the new girl, and I think I trust the other two guys already, so I'm not too stressed about that. I'm really curious though, because that seems like a good place to end it. A little cliffhanger, right? Because I definitely want to keep playing the rest of this demo, but I also definitely need to go to bed. I think what I'm worried about though is that it's not going to save, because there's not really anything to indicate if it would or wouldn't. So I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Hmm. Yeah, so unfortunately, I am not really seeing if I can save it. Dude, and it sucks because it just genuinely is like Google fucking sucks now, man. You can't look up anything on Google. It just doesn't work. How do you guys look stuff up? It uses AI to assume what you mean and it never fucking knows. So I don't know if it's gonna save or not. Um let's see if it saved. Nope, it didn't. So I guess that's that. I didn't really have much of a choice. I have to go. But you know what? I think that's actually probably for the best because you guys know what I've said before, right? Um, and I think I need to do something to prevent my brain from getting flooded. Okay. Um, that is really sick, and there was a lot of parts of that like sort of felt like gut wrenching in a way. Not like I don't know if gut wrenching is the right word because it like I was doing my stomach was like twisting a little bit and a very heavy sense of unease with a lot of it. So that's super sick. I fuck with that game very heavily, and I think genuinely that's for the best because from what I understand, that's like a pretty insular experience. Like if you were to go play this game, this demo, you would sort of be hitting the same notes that I was, but in the full game, it's going to be like more randomized. There's going to be like a huge amount of visitors that come in. So yeah, that game is pretty high up on my list of stuff to look out for this year at the current moment. But I guess while we're here, just at the very end, we can click on these VHSs and see what these other things are about. And you guys let me know if any of these look interesting, because I don't know if it'll be like in the same format, but maybe I I sort of am enjoying. That seemed like a good length of time. If all of these are sort of short, or at least like short enough like that, then we'll be good. Sorry, I kind of totally got distracted from what I was saying because I realized that the name of this game is I Ate Old Man's Liver, Now This Bitch Is Mine. A psychological art house horror about the loss of virginity. That sounds crazy. I don't even know how you would begin to make a thumbnail for that, but that it has a hook. I'll give it that. I'm certainly intrigued. How do I look at the other ones? Okay, you have to do that. So this one is called Don't Lose Your Sensation. Become a reporter for Japanese television and do not lose your sensation. That sounds pretty cool. Sort of a The Ring meets Blair Witch maybe kind of vibe. I fuck with that pretty heavy. All Along the Toon Tower, escape from a cartoonist cyclical existential horror. And actually, I had forgotten. I've actually played this one a little bit. I tried to do a recording of it, and it was fine. I will not be doing a video on it. I recommend you just pick up this anthology. It's like $4, right? So all of these are at the very least really cool experiences that you're not going to get in a full game. That's kind of why they were thrown here, is because they're small contained ideas. So if the idea of playing 4 contained horror stories that are told through the mediums of video games sounds good to you, then you should definitely pick this up. And this game was cool all along the Toon Tower. It sort of reminded me of a mobile game, which is sort of one of the things that turned me off of it. But I don't want that to turn you off of it, because it's not that. I guess it's not that so much that it looked like a mobile game, because I like the art style of it a lot, and it was very unsettling. It does kind of, like, the art style is similar to a mobile game, but they do a good job with sort of still adding in that horror. It comes off as a horror parody of a mobile game instead of a mobile game, if that makes sense. But the central mechanic is sort of like room switching puzzles, with the horror element sort of being the themes and aesthetics, as well as the time limitation that comes on figuring out switching these rooms back and forth. So it just wasn't, like, not something that's necessarily up my alley, but if you like room puzzles and sort of room switching puzzles, and don't mind something that is more inspired by mobile game art, you know, that's pretty cool. But these other two sound kind of insane. So I definitely am. I'm definitely interested in either of those. And again, this game is super fucking cool. Go wishlist. No, I Am Not a Human. I'm not sure. I don't know if they have a full date released, but I do believe you can wishlist it. So, which actually I believe I can just check, but I don't want to do that while I'm screen sharing or just screen displaying. So if it is on there, I'll try to remember to put it in the description. But I'm doing the thing again where I do just kind of be sitting here and talking. And that's my cue, 9:30. So just hit the fucking button and go. You're talking.